Right now, there are so many things going on on in the world that are massive. There's a war in Ukraine, a war in Sudan. There's a massive energy crisis. There's a housing crisis. There are people going through immense and huge issues. There are issues of racism. There's a huge crisis around trans people being invalidated and attacked. There are huge, massive issues that are real, that have masses of impact on many people and deeply affect their lives. And that doesn't invalidate the smaller things that you are going through. A member in my Restore community shared that to share the smaller things that are happening in her life felt too small to share, that it was too little. It's not that bad. I shouldn't share because it's just small. I feel guilty or ashamed, or I feel like I'm not worthy to post about what's happening for me because in comparison to what's going on in the rest of the world and other people, it's just small. Here's the thing. My guess is for the many people who believe that and feel that, what happens for you is you hide the smaller little things when they're niggles, because what happened to you in childhood when you shared a little niggle or you shared an upset, you were dismissed, told to be happy. It was minimized. It wasn't dealt with. There wasn't accountability or apology. So you learned to believe that your little niggles or your upsets were invalid, not worth taking seriously, not worth facing, not worth dealing with. So I want to give you an example of what it looks like for a parent to meet a kid's upset, so that you can see the contrast between what you had and what healthy connection is. So if one of my kids came to me and said that something had upset them, and I was cooking dinner, I would say to them, do you want to talk about it right now? And I stop the dinner, or should we cook dinner and then we can deal with it? And they could share how hungry they were. And then I would assess. If it was before dinner, there was nothing going on, I would go and sit down and I would let them know, what happens to you matters to me. So tell me what happened. And then I'll discuss the different parts of it. When my kids were tiny, I would get Lego out and we would stack the different feelings. I felt sad, I felt angry, I felt hurt, I felt jealous, whatever the different feelings were, because naming feelings helps to process feelings. And then with each one of those, I would empathize, because empathizing helps to regulate somebody and make them feel safe in the world. And when they feel safe in the world, the issues often evaporate. And then we would go through each bit and ask, what is it that you need to feel better or to feel met or heard, or how can we repair or put it right for you? If you just had a parent who said, oh, come off it, it's fine, just be happy, then you would feel like what you are going through is minimal, not significant, not worthy. And if they made you wrong for speaking because something else was going on, oh, can't you see I'm busy? Oh, can't you see that he's upset or he's angry? Oh, just quiet, because you might upset your mother and you know how she gets. So if you grew up around other people silencing you and minimizing you and making you wrong, then when you try to express yourself now, you feel really challenged. You feel really uncomfortable, because all those feelings of shame that you had in childhood then erupt, and you feel this sense of unworthiness, guilt, and shame, and regret speaking up. If you are going through that, then when you have an issue, say in your relationship, or say with a child that you are struggling with, and they share something, and you don't speak up. You allow your child to do something again and again to you, or your partner to do something again and again. When that is going on and you don't speak up because you don't feel worthy, or you feel ashamed, or you feel wrong, that niggle becomes a deeper resentment, and it makes your heart go colder, and you become more distant, and then you lose connection and the sense of love that you wish that you could feel between you. And I don't want that for you, because what happens then is the resentments build up until you are so triggered that you're only seeing through a lens of triggering, where you look through the world with annoyance, frustration, sadness, depression, because it's all built up because nothing's being cleared. Yeah, when I used to run parenting classes, I used to say, if you don't allow space for the negative feelings, somebody often can't feel things like love. And I don't like the labeling of negative feelings. If people don't express, have space to clear the big feelings in their lives, then they often don't have space inside of them to experience love. That's the same for you as an adult. If you have little things that are building up, you don't have the space in your heart for love. So what you really want to do when you have a niggle is tune into where you're feeling this anxiety of, I'm not worthy, I can't speak up, somebody's not going to like me, it's not that important. Then what happens is you repress that and you don't speak about it, and then it causes this distance. So what you want to first do is bring this part, this anxiety, some compassion. I have a friend who I co-work every day, and we share every little niggle that's going on. Maybe not every little, but a lot of them, so they don't build up. And as we do that, how I look after myself, if my friend is busy, is I will regulate myself and bring compassion to these parts that go, should I share? Shouldn't I? Is it a big deal? Turn to myself and regulate my inner child and say, I'm here for you. I care about you. I understand it's hard to share because you were minimized or silenced or told not to speak up, or it didn't matter, or stop making drama, because all of that make you feel like you should be ashamed of speaking up. So first I would have compassion for that part. And then I would ask it what it needs in this conversation. So instead of speaking with criticism or attack to the other person, you sharing, hey, this is what happened, this is how I feel, and this is what I need, and you matter to me, and I want a really deep, loving connection with you. And I wonder if we can resolve this together. So that way, all the niggles are being met. If you struggle with this, I have a program that you're able to get. You can see it there, restoring.love/RRR. It's resourcing you to respond and repair, so that if you find that you can't express yourself because the shame, the unworthiness, the feeling guilty that what's going on for you is just so small in comparison, then it builds up and it comes out as you might go silent, you might become reactive, you might become bitter because you are over-functioning for others and nobody is actually caring about that, about your reality. I don't want that for you. I need you to know that you matter. You deeply matter. And I want you to give yourself the gift of cherishing yourself, so you come to know that you matter and you treat yourself like you matter. It takes a while to learn this, and I don't want you to shame yourself for struggling with this. If we didn't have it in childhood, we don't learn it at school, we don't have it at university. These skills are, if we haven't learned them, they are just little skills that we need to build up, of how to regulate ourselves, how to be able to check, is somebody accessible to listen to us right now, so that they have space in their heart to really meet us. And then checking if how to express, so that you're expressing in a way that it doesn't attack, destroy, or blame, and really connects with their heart, of letting them know that they matter to you and you want a close connection, and can you resolve this together? so that you're a team working together on the problem rather than making the other person the problem. And then if you get it wrong, being able to repair so that you can together get it right, and deeply apologize with empathy and compassion and deep apology. And if you don't know how to do that, you can pop along to restoring.love. I have a huge program that is a few hours long that goes deeply into the struggles that we have around communicating, around dealing with the issues that we have from childhood. And I'm doing a live round of it. So all the material is there as a program that anybody can watch any time of their lives, and you have lifetime access to it. But I'm going to, at the end of the month, be doing a live round, which basically means I'm going to be asking or doing a Q&A for you to ask me questions about your own personal lives, and being able to guide you, support you, empathize, so that you feel met and you're able to grow the skills to resource you, to find your voice, to speak up about what matters, and to be able to express yourself in a way that other people, that honors you and others, and to be able to respond to others in a way that you feel honors you and honors them. All right, I'm sending you love, and I hope that helps. Go well.